All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic is a big one. Some news coming out of Tesla China. They are ramping up production. And what does this mean for us? Usually China is always first. There's certainly a wave. And so there's two topics. We're going to talk about production and potentially a growing backlog in the United States, which could affect definitely is going to affect wait times. It's going to affect pricing, but we shall see. That's for sure. So welcome back to the stream. But before we get into the variety of topics, we're going to stream for probably about 30 minutes to an hour tonight. Let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We stream at least once a day at this point and make a variety of videos, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's just jump into this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt for posting some good Twitter knowledge. If you don't know who Sawyer Merritt is, big Tesla Twitter poster on, of course, Twitter. And here's the news. Tesla reportedly plans to step up output in 20,000 units a week at the Shanghai plant over the next 2 months to meet demand ignited by aggressive price cuts on its best-selling models. So, I mean, this should not be a shocker as well, right? I mean, Tesla is basically undercutting the competition in China, just like how they followed suit and are doing in America. So production is ramping up. I mean, we already knew production is going to ramp up here as well. I mean, Giga Austin is supposed to sell or produce 75,000 units in this first quarter. And I think last we checked, it was like 3,000 units, but that's nowhere near the massive capacity of Tesla Shanghai at 20,000 units. So let's see if there's anything else down here. I mean, I think I saw another headline in which like Tesla, the competitors, the other EV competitors in China are just basically suffering, like sales down like 60% here or there or something like that. So Tesla China is definitely making waves. And so this is good because, Tom Zhu, the Tesla sales China executive that is now global sales executive, it seems like he has a certain strategy. And that strategy is let's discount vehicles and kill the competition because we got good profit margins. We have profit margins of $9,000 to $15,000 per vehicle Tesla has. And so let's use that as a weapon to take out our competition. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff coming out of that. And it really should not be a surprise or shocker, but something that's related to that. Let's see, here's another article from Inside EVs. Tesla may dial up Shanghai production amid huge demand. And I mean, this really shouldn't be, it's not a may, it 100% will be an increase in production. That's for sure. And then here's another person, Zong Wen 2005 on Twitter. Market news, Tesla decided to increase the average weekly production of its Shanghai plant to nearly 20,000 units in February and March. Yeah, 20,000 units a week. So what is that? Like 80,000 units a month? Ooh, I think here's a good tweet. I think Shanghai plant can do 25,000 units per week, but definitely some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, we already looked at Tesla China prices ways before, and I mean, yeah, they have the lowest prices of Teslas, especially the Model 3 and the Model Y across like the global country. Of course, they just recently started selling the Model S and X, but that's of course exported from Fremont and our factories here. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on this. But on a side note or something similar to that, there was a tweet from our friend or our Twitter friend, Troy Teslike, coming out here. He just posted that the backlog of the, his calculation is starting to grow up. So this is good. I mean, this shows that discounts are working, price decreases work. I mean, spoiler alert, when a good price is put out there, people are going to order a vehicle. And so the quote is here, "Hi everybody, based on my calculation, Tesla's global order backlog was 107,000 units on January 15th. 15th, up from 74,000 on the 31st of December. So I mean, that's what, like a 40% increase, give or take. So he's going to do another prediction in January, and this is where we start to see, like, based upon his predictions across the world, where these vehicles are coming from. So if the USA at going from zero because they sold out everything, right, to hit their December number that they still hit, but it was a good effort, that's for sure, pulling out all the stops. We got to see, in December, this past December, all the different levers and strategies that Tesla can use, and there might be some more this year as well. But going from zero backlog in the United States and Canada up to 38,000 or 39,000 vehicles ready to be delivered, and or not vehicles delivered, but customers waiting for vehicles to be delivered, 39,000 in the USA and 2,700 for the Canada market. And I mean, I feel like we're starting to see this, right? If you go on Tesla.com, wall connector. Is this a preview of what might be given away this Friday? Make sure to be subscribed for Friday's video. But if we go to like Tesla.com and go to the Model Y section, let's just see what's like the current delivery times or estimated wait times, because I've been getting comments. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it as well, but I've been getting comments and DMs that the Model Y delivery estimates are getting pushed. Like, I think I just saw, I swear, I know I saw an April delivery, like a March to April timeframe delivery, but I think someone said that they got pushed to even May. So if you're looking for a Model Y, if you're looking for that tax credit, Model 3 or Model Y, I mean, I don't think Model 3 orders are getting pushed, but Model Y long range, if you're getting pushed, let me know. I want to hear from you down below in the comments. What is your estimated delivery date frame? Have you got pushed to March or even April? And the problem is, I mean, it's fluid, right? It might say March or April. I mean, I might say March today, but it could change overnight. So that's kind of the thing with Tesla. I mean, we did do this poll like 3 days ago. What's your Model Y EDD? Because that's the hottest car right now. The Model Y long range under $55,000 is 1,000% the hottest Tesla at the moment. And then maybe second to that is like the Model 3 long range. But you can see right here, we had 1.3 thousand votes. A big majority said February through maybe even March 15th, 14%, 10% said March 15th to 30th. So that's getting close, because, we got to understand the tax credit, this federal tax credit right here, it's $7,500 a federal tax credit. We're all kind of in limbo in a sense of when the IRS and the Treasury make their decision, and it could be any time in March. That's why this says that this is kind of vague. It says deliveries until March of 2023, because it could be the 1st or it could be the 31st. We have no idea, but 7%, what is that, like 70 people, if my math's correct there, 70 people said April onwards. So, and I feel like that is going to be a trend right now. That's going to be a growing trend, that we are going to see a lot of estimated delivery dates getting pushed. That's for sure. But big news out of that, I mean, China, ramping up production to basically exceed or fulfill the demand. Troy Tesla coming out and saying that the order backlog is growing, but that's interesting, right? So China Shanghai only has a estimated backlog of 14,000, but they're ramping 20,000 units a week. So, I mean, I guess I don't know what like the production ramp of like Giga Austin or Fremont factories or stuff like that, but I mean, I guess 100% has to be more, because we have a bigger backlog according to Troy Tesla, that's for sure. But definitely pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what's your guys' EDD or your estimated delivery dates for the Model Y. Are you getting pushed, or is it still pretty stable, or do you have a VIN in hand ready to go? Because of course, once you have a Tesla VIN, you are pretty much locked in, and it's going to be anywhere from like 1 week to 3 weeks. And of course, that is 1,000% when you should start working on your financing. And if you don't know where to start with financing, I've made a ton of videos on my channel that give you the best rates for finding the best possible financing rate. But if you don't want to go through those videos and dig through, there is this this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. And look at that right in the chat. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. And actually, there are 3 or 5 credit unions on that list that I just updated with rates as low as 3% all the way to 4% for like 60 to 80 months. That's for sure. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But just being here watching goes a long way, so I definitely appreciate it and thank you all for that. We're going to jump in some of the comments and some of the questions because that's the benefit of the live stream. You guys get to ask whatever you want, and I will jump into it and see what all the comments that we can get into before our next topic. So let's just jump into it. New York traveling, welcome. Good evening, all. Ali U Kapu, nice. 39 Model Y long ranges just dropped. Ooh, are we talking like waiting for Tesla action here? Let's take a look. That's the hottest car. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 52, 52, 52. Okay. Looks like Tesla is just fire selling. Well, I guess because the month is already over now, so they have all these vehicles ready to go. Interesting. If you are looking for a Model Y, look at that, 89 long ranges. Oh, okay, but these are all above 55K. So none of them are under 55K because that's what we want. But 163 standard ranges. I mean, I kind of feel like just because of that recent price increase of $500, I kind of feel like the Model Y standard range is the better deal. But, tomato at the end of the day. Tapia, welcome. Hey, Dennis, I hope you're doing well. You're so close to 10,000 subs. Congrats. Well-deserved. Next milestone, 100,000. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we get there, but thank you. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for congratulating. Yeah, I'm pretty close to 10K, so we'll see. But, thank you for your support and always being here and joining when you can. That's for sure. I get like 200 miles on my full battery charge of my Tesla. Are you in sport mode or chill mode? It has been colder, that's for sure. But and then a highway, are you driving above 75 miles per hour, maybe 80? All those factors can really affect the battery. Hellcat, do you have a good spot for PPF, and how much does it usually cost near Los Angeles? Yeah, PPF, I do have a good spot. It's called Extreme Auto it's not LA, but they're pretty much Extreme Edge Auto, really good reviews. I've personally never been there, but Tesla Motors Club have reviewed them a lot. They used to have like a group buy, but if you're looking for like tint or ceramic, I have another recommendation for those. I just got quoted 2,500 for the full front of the car. Yeah, hit them up. It should be a little less, but I think I remember seeing a group buy for like 1,600, but that was like a couple of years ago, so it could have changed by now. I'm about to take delivery of one this month. Congrats. What's your estimated delivery date? Oh wow, what year? 2022. Yep, exactly. My Model Y long range EDD 31 through 331. Okay, so yeah, that's getting close. That's for sure. Hopefully you are in like near Texas or California, because the closer you are to the factory, the more chance that you'll actually get to take delivery like on that set date, or they could just push you. Jonathan, I get my Tesla next week. Congrats. Okay, I got my estimated delivery date on my Model Y long range, 332 to 331. RIP tax credit, gonna hold out till mid-February. If no VIN, then I'm gonna change to performance. Yeah, I guess it's a decent strategy. I mean, I feel like I'm sure you're waiting for Tesla and all these different sites to make sure if a vehicle pops up, because I mean, instead of you plopping down $12,000, maybe even more, to just go from a Model Y long range, of course I'm factoring in the $7,500 tax credit, to the Model Y Performance, like another $250 doesn't hurt, right? And there's ways to get the $250 deposit back. Ryan, I think Tesla still might qualify for the full tax credit in March. Do you also think so? Possibly. I mean, rumors are that it could go to $3,750, but we're not 100% sure yet. Yang, welcome. Quan, starting to see 4680 Model Ys being sold in Washington. What are the benefits, or the long range doesn't seem that much cheaper? It's about $2,500 cheaper. It's a different battery. From what I've researched, you can charge up to 100%, but some people said you can't. But it's just really looking, if you're looking for just, the cheapest, inexpensive Model Y, and you're okay with the 269-mile range versus the 330. Are those 3.0 rates available to anyone? A lot of those I've seen in New York only available to certain people. Yeah, it's I've not heard anything against New York. I did hear of one credit union didn't approve Florida, but not for sure. Ashley, what PPF do you recommend? XPEL, any of the brand names, definitely you can't go wrong with. That's for sure. Thank you. Tesla just dropped a bunch of standard range Model Ys in inventory. It's interesting that they're all future builds, so it appears you can reserve one. Check waiting for Tesla. Oh, so they're bringing that back again, because for a while they were doing this thing where you could see like incoming cars or incoming vehicles in transit, and you could like put your name on it. But I guess they're doing that the same thing with Model Y, because before it was coming soon. So definitely be aware of that. I mean, hopefully that's like coming soon, like within the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we have no idea. I'd love to see like an estimated delivery date instead of like just a arbitrary coming soon. But at the end of the day, who knows? A water break. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching that first topic. It seems like Tesla China is starting to ramp up. That's for sure. 20,000 units. The backlog is disappearing for the US market, or the backlog is increasing for the US market. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about rising interest rates. A report just came out. We haven't touched on this in a little bit, but there was a report that just got released that shows interest rates rising for December and what you can do about it. Tesla doesn't seem like it's changed on their end, but of course there are ways around it that Tesla has also increased on their end as well. So not a shocker there. But both interest rates are going up on the market, and Tesla interest rates are also going up as well. So I'll give you, I guess, my plan on what I'm going to do to help with that. Not actually give you the answers in this video, but we will take a look at it as well. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. And of course, we will, as an added benefit, I will get to all comments and chats in this live stream, so that we'll, after we go through the topic, that's for sure. All right, so this is the study from Edmunds for the January car loan rates. You can see here it's posted, and of course, spoiler alert, rates are going up. Let me hit the refresh really quickly. See, December 10 points. Well, let me switch it to new car, because we're looking at new Teslas right here, new vehicles, new Teslas, and all that stuff. So the new car APR, this, you can see the average rates across the country. It's starting to go even higher. It looks like Florida, whatever this state is. What is that? Atlanta, Georgia? So bad. Florida 7.1%. Nevada, I know that, 7.21%. California 6.36%. Some green green states here that are still in the fives, which is good. But the average new car rate right now is 6.68%. I like how this says January loans, but I don't see where it says what's the average new car rate for January, unless I'm missing it. Am I missing here? But it's steadily been increasing, and it keeps on going up, and it probably will continue to keep going up. But big news out of this is that Tesla has also increased their loan rates. This was 5.34% yesterday, and now it's 5.44% today, which is, that's not much. I guess that's like to see if people would actually catch that. But, of course, we have been looking at this almost every single day or every week, and now Tesla has increases. So, of course, that's not a huge adjustment, but over the course of 60 months, 72 months, that definitely can add up for a bit, for sure. So if you're wondering, how do you beat this rate? How do you beat Tesla financing? I've made tons of videos on the topic on my channel, so definitely check it out. out. But if you're, if you don't want to do that, if you're too lazy to go through my channel and watch those videos, there's a Patreon link down below in the description where you can support and get a link to my buying guide, which has 5 or 6 credit unions on that list. But also this week on this Friday, that's what I'm planning for. We will be doing an updated video going through the 4 or 5, actually even like 6 options that I have that all have rates better than Tesla's 5.44%. And all of them you can pretty much join no matter where you are in the country. There's no limitations except like one of them doesn't like Florida. And on top of that, we will be giving away something really, really cool on that stream. Maybe it's this, maybe it's not, because we have a sponsor for that stream, which is coming in to help out with that. So hopefully hit that subscribe, be on the lookout for it. It's probably going to be about the same time, like 5 o'clock on Friday, where we're going to go talk about all the different different options in that. And of course, we're going to give you a process on what to do to how to enter the giveaway. But definitely some crazy stuff coming out of the gate. That's for sure. Interest rates are up across the board, and Tesla is up to 5.44%, which that's a lot. That's a lot for sure. I mean, just looking at this loan right here with $4,500 down, this does not factor in taxes, your state taxes, fees, or anything like that. And that's $824 a month. Now I'm curious, like now we're at like, 5.44%. What's like, but I mean, there was a huge price decrease, right? So let's say you pick up a Model Y, $53,000, you're in a state with, 7% tax, 8% tax. So let's just do, figure 10% on top of the vehicle price for fees and taxes and everything. So 55 plus another 10%, what, 60K out the door, give or take. I mean, a bunch of you are probably out there with like, you're looking at your buyer's order right now and looking at how much you have to pay in total. But 5.44%, 72 months, 0 down. Of course, I'm taking out the sales tax number because we looped it in this price at the top. And so let's see. I mean, okay, it's not, I mean, this is better than what it was before, right? I remember running the same exact payment on like a base Model Y long range in December, and it was like $1,100 or $1,200 a month. And so this monthly payment, $994, I mean, it's still a high monthly payment, that's for sure. But if you're someone that spends a lot of gas monthly, like $200, $300, $400 in gas already, like then I could see the justification here, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it could certainly make sense, especially it could make sense if you're purchasing like a Model 3 standard range. And if you're getting this $7,500 tax credit, that can also really make sense, because let's say you factor that, $7,500 tax credit, use, maybe a, partnership, a financing partner like Tenet down below in the description to offset that $7,500 and delay it till next year when you actually get the $7,500 tax credit to lower your monthly payments, link down below in the description. Then your monthly payment would be like $864 a month instead. So, definitely some, pretty interesting stuff. I mean, still, at the end of the day, that's still a very high payment. I remember in the days when, vehicle payments were like $300, $400, $500, $600 a month for, a reasonable car. But EVs, because you don't pay for gas on a monthly basis, you can justify it a little bit differently, or at least that's how I justify it. Maybe you guys do it a little different, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple credit unions on that list that have interest rates as low as 3%. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But let's jump into some of the comments. Let's see here. Hellcat, welcome. Rich, my date changed from March 2020 to March 31st to February. So it bumped up. Okay, not bad, not bad. It's going up early. So some do show delivery date. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool. That's good to know. So like, even if you find one of these and you can see like some of them you could actually take delivery and some of them you can't, like, or at least you can get some sort of range. That's pretty good. That's a cool new feature. I did not realize that from before, which is actually, that's good. I like that. That's, yeah, that's a good feature. Nice jacket, man. Yeah, this is actually a gift for me. Thank you. How was the ride quality on the Model 3 versus the Model S? I mean, the Model S and the X are always going to be a better ride quality just because of the air suspension. I think I think the Model 3 and the Model Y have pretty bad ride quality relative to, other luxury cars, but, maybe even like a Toyota Camry is better suspension. But I mean, I guess maybe I'm harsh. Maybe I'm harsh. Dan Baker, I live in Arkansas, and the closest Y available near me is Tennessee, 2 hours away. When I click on the vehicle, it says only 5 states can register. Why can't I buy it and register in Arkansas? Yeah, I mean, Tesla just has weird rules about that. Like, I think they have rules with their city or state, wherever they put the store location, they have to sell it in that area. Man, thank God I bought it right on time before the rise of APR. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you could either get a lower price or a higher price, or a higher APR or a lower APR. It's all balanced at the end of the day. Hellcat just called and said they said 1850 for PPF frontal. Okay, that's pretty good. And they do quality work. And so I would definitely recommend that, at least from what I've seen. Credit union of my employer is still 3.99%. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. I would say go with that then. I live in Ohio and want to buy the Model 3 Performance. Will it come with all seasons? Actually, not exactly too sure on that. I want to say yes, but because it's like a northeast or north, central north, whatever area. So I would say it does come with all seasons instead of the summer tires, because I do remember seeing something about that, but not exactly sure on that, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. All right, so we're gonna get into our next topic. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna talk about the Tesla Model Y used market and how prices are definitely crashing. There's no more it is going to crash. It is crashing. I think someone came in here early and talked about how there is a Tesla Model Y in the 30s range. And yes, there are Model Ys in the 30s range. Of course, not like mid 30s or low 30s, like 39XXX. But we're going to talk about, there's a tweet I found. And of course, we will jump into the auction values. And of course, I'm going to try and find what is the cheapest, like newer Model Y that's, legit available for sale. And we'll give my feedback on it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. So shout out to Brandon Flash on Twitter at Brandon Flash or Flash. Used clean title Model Y long range are starting to creep into the sub 40,000 price range. So taking a look at some of these screenshots, there's a couple ones like used 2020 Model Y, 39,700. Used 2020 Tesla Model Y, 39,980. Of course, this one has that's a high mileage, I would say, and I think that's almost the cutoff for me. I don't think I would want to own a Tesla past the original warranty. Definitely not the original battery warranty, that 10 years, 100,000 miles, or whatever it is. This one I could probably buy and then drive it for another 30, 40,000 miles until 100,000 miles. But let's take a look at this other one. Another used 2020, 45,000 miles. 38.5. Okay. So definitely, starting to creep down a lot more. But then the question is like, how much more is a new one, right? Like if a new standard range is 50,990 and you can get them readily available. Of course, these all have, the induction wheel. So let's actually compare the apples to the apples, right? So 52,990 minus the, $7,500 tax credit. That means your purchase price is 45,490. Of course, there's taxes, fees, all that stuff, the destination fee of $1,390 that they just upped. So, maybe your out the door or your purchase price is closer to like $47,000, $48,000. So the question is there, like if you're already going to be spending like $45,000, like if basically comparing like a $38,000 to $39,000 or a brand new one at 39, give or take, you might as well. I mean, that's just me. Maybe $10,000 is, worth that discount, but I would say no. I would say spring up and pay the extra $10,000 for a brand new one. You get that full warranty, not 3-year-old, and you get that full, 50,000 mile original warranty as well. So I would say like this needs to really be what, if a brand new one is like 47, 48, I would say 10% depreciation each year. So $48,000 down to 44, down to 40. This would need to be like $35,000 for it to be in striking range, I would say. But let's take a look at some of the auctions, see like what is, the cheapest Tesla Model Y, and if there's been any sort of price decrease on the auction side, because the flip side is as you get cheaper and cheaper in the range of these Tesla Model Ys, there's just more buyers that are willing to spring up and buy it. So you can see right here, oh, interesting, 89,000 miles. I wonder if that's the one that we just saw here. So this of course is Manheim wholesale to wholesale, auction to auction, dealers for buying from other dealers. And you can see right here, there's a couple examples pretty recently, January 30th, January 26th, 41,000, 32,000, 43,000. These have, relatively the right amount of miles, 21,000 and 28,000, but this one has a high 89,000 miles. So I wonder if is that the one we were just looking at? Let's see. This is not this one. It's not. Is it this one? No. Okay. This has 84,000 miles. So it's not the same exact one, but that would be funny, right? I mean, if they bought it for 32, then we know kind of what their in prices or what they purchased the vehicle for, and then they're trying to sell it for, $5,000 to $6,000 profit. But this is good. This is healthy. We're starting to see the vehicle auction values trending down, especially for the 2020. And if we give it another month or so, we will definitely see a lot of these in like that mid $35,000 range. But Alexis, good timing. You're just joining in. I just saw that we're talking about the used Model Y market and how the Model Ys, the 2020s, are starting to creep into the high 30 to 30 or 38 to $39,000. But let's take a look. Let's look for ourselves, right? We don't trust screenshots. We got to go there and see for ourselves. So let's go to cars.com, our favorite website. Well, maybe Car Gurus is our favorite website, but let's see what's the cheapest used Tesla Model Y. I think my price, if I was going to buy a 2020 or a 2021, I would say $35,000 with like mileage of about $20,000 to $30,000. I think that's what I would want to pay. And so let's take a look. Okay, so the cheapest Model Y in the country right now, this is all miles, all over the place, 39,700. So that's the one we just saw. And so that's really it. I guess that's it. The other place we try to see as a good indicator is Cars and Bids. It's like a better version of eBay, I would say, but it's Doug DeMuro's site where people can just list vehicles and list them for auction. You can see right here, there's a couple of them that just recently ended here. And wow, Model Y Performance, 44,000. Model Y Long Range, 44,000. This is a really good indicator because if a vehicle sells here, that's a true value of what the vehicle is actually worth. Because also like not a lot of private buyers, I would say, are on this site. There's a lot of niche buyers, that's for sure. But I would say 35,000. Of course, that might sound like a low price target, but that's where I would want to be, because I'm looking at like a brand new one for 47, after the tax credit, or a used 3-year-old one at this point for $35,000. That's what makes sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to you, maybe it doesn't, but let me know your thoughts. Are you shopping for a used Model Y right now? And what pricing are you looking to get? Because I guess the difference is if you don't qualify for the tax credit, that $7,500 tax credit, then I guess maybe it's a different story at the end of the day. But now that we saw that Tesla updated this loan interest rate at 5.4%. Let's see if they updated the lease side, because they did update that, the other day. There was like a 3.34% rate or 3.33% rate. Let's see if they updated on this side. That'd be interesting if there was a different loan rate on this side. Nope, same thing, 5.44. But we can't see the interest rate on this page. You have to go like a different one for some reason. But let's see, Tesla Model 3 lease. Here we go. So yeah, if you lease a Model 3, you can get 3.23%. Let's see if we switch it to a Model Y. What? If you lease a Model Y, it's 5.98%. Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me. What's going on here? Let's switch. Now I'm curious. What are all these different rates? So Model S 5.87%, Model X 6.52%. This is interesting, and I wonder if this changes as we switch the trims. Oh. Interesting. So if I switch it to long range for a Model 3, it changes to 5.9. And if I switch it to a performance, it's 6.12. But a Model 3 rear wheel drive is 3.23. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on that. I mean, of course, the only explanation here is that they're using the $7,500 tax credit because when you lease it, Tesla gets that. If they're doing the lease, they get that $7,500 tax credit, or maybe the bank is, and they're passing it to the consumer in a form of a APR reduction. But I don't know. It's interesting. But we're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link, so go check it out if you're interested, if you want to support the channel. Let's see here. Scrolling up. I need to figure out. Okay, sometimes chat. Okay, Model Y Performance Comfort Suspension is better than before. Okay, have you driven the older ones as well, or just the new one? Is Model Y suspension than Model 3? Yes, and also because that's it's a higher ride, and the tires could be more thicker, so that's why. How's the Model X ride quality in comparison to other luxury car, for example, Lexus RX, Benz GLE? Tough. I mean, Lexus RX is actually luxury, and so is Mercedes-Benz GLE, and they're going to have better suspensions no matter what, I would say. It's not Tesla's fault. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's because battery EVs or all electric vehicles are heavier because of the battery. And it's actually like a lot of manufacturers across the country, or a lot of manufacturers don't have good suspension for the electric vehicles, but I could be harsh as well. Yeah, I haven't tried it on the Model 3 with comfort suspension, but coming from a 2019 Model 3 rims, from a Model Y Performance, there is slight def, but def better. Okay, would you say 10-20% better? Because that's how I usually rated it. Just ordered the long range Model S. I'm excited for it to be my first EV. What APRs can I expect to see when refinancing with credit scores 720? Okay, Model S's are, definitely higher up there, and banks, tend to get a little anxious when you're financing higher loan vehicles. So my question to you is, what did you finance before? Was it kind of in that same realm, or is this your first vehicle? Or hopefully it's not, because you won't get approved on a Model S unless you have like massive income and you're putting like 20, 30, 40% down. Alexis, welcome. Sai, my credit score is 780. The best I could find is 4.5. If you're a US citizen, there are a couple of credit unions where you can get it for 3.49. Yeah, maybe even better. I've seen some good ones. I like it. Perfect. Build quality questionable on the early ones. Yeah, if you are, certainly build quality on the older Model Ys. It's I don't know about questionable, but yeah, I guess it's questionable. Yeah, the earlier you get, my Model Y was 2021, and I had a 2019 Model 3 before that, and I could definitely feel the difference going from a 2019 Model 3 to a 2021 Model Y. Yang, pretty bad, unless the previous owners complained and most had them adjusted. Yeah, certainly possible. I mean, I feel like a lot of people will take their Tesla to the service center to try and get stuff fixed. Lexus ride can't be beat. Yeah, 100%. Lexus is just a comfortable car, that's for sure. Model Y long range should qualify for decreased APR if Tesla is truly passing tax credit to lease customers. Yeah, it should, but maybe they're testing it out with the Model 3 long range first, or Model 3 standard range first, and see if people actually take to it. Because I mean, that's the thing, right? We know, because we've been tracking the Tesla inventory sites, Model 3 standard range there's a lot of them out there. It's very easy to get. You can see right here, there's 262 available, and that could be where they're testing this out. I mean, that's why they did change on giveaway Friday. Don't forget to subscribe. if you check onto, oh, they changed it already, because for a while, oh no, it's probably here. For a while, at least this past week, on the Tesla.com homepage, you can say leasing starting at $399 a month, and that's where it would trickle down to the Model 3 standard range. Raphael ordered on January 21st in Florida, received a tentative delivery day of March 12th to March 31st. No VIN. Why are other people getting their cars quicker? I ordered a Model Y. Yeah, I mean, people might have ordered. I mean, the price drop happened on January 13th. So there's probably an influx of people trying to buy a car ASAP or place an order in that. And that's why they're probably getting it before you are. That's most likely the case. Not my first car, but I previously had a 2016 Corolla, which was bought outright. Current income, $250K. Okay, so that's tough, because if you bought the Corolla outright, you didn't finance it. So the Model S is probably going to be your first auto loan, and because you don't have a auto loan history. So your best bet, I mean, you got good income, so you'll probably have to put a lot of money down, at least 10 to 20%, which should be fine. Yeah, it's tough when you don't have an auto loan history, and especially with the model, because what is the Model S now? Like $100,000. You're probably going to get a higher interest rate, which is fine. You might have to like refinance it afterwards. But you might also have to go through Tesla financing, which unfortunately is 5.44% as of today. You could try credit unions down below in the description, Patreon link, but really no guarantee there, because it's a first auto loan for you. But you never know. Performance Model-wise are faster deliveries compared to long range. Yes, and that is because profit margin. Tesla kind of understands that if they deliver a performance one, whether it's Model 3 or Model Y performance, they get extra profit margin for kind of the same car. And so that's why they can quickly deliver. That's why they want to quickly deliver it to you so that you can take advantage. So I don't know if I would recommend switching from a Model Y long range to a Model Y performance, because you lose out on the tax credit if you're eligible. But Model 3, I mean, I guess I could, if you're on like the verge of not being able to get one, well, you wouldn't have a Model 3 long range, I guess. You would just have the Model 3 performance. Then you should be able to get it ASAP, no problem at all. That's for sure. All right, water break. No, thank you. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Thanks for dropping those comments. Glad to help. I think that's the benefit of these live streams. I can answer your questions, anybody's questions that, because buying a Tesla is tough. It's a big purchase, that's for sure. It can be very confusing, maybe because of maybe Tesla advisors try to be helpful, and so I definitely understand how it can be tough. That's for sure. All right, well, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this last topic, we are going to talk about the CVRP update. I got an email today that looks like a bunch of everybody else as well. So sorry to anybody that's watching that's not from California, but it seems like a lot of people are interested in the CVRP rebates for California buyers only. So we'll give a quick update on that, and it seems to be good news. Maybe the tagline here is "in the coming weeks." Because this is good. This is good for people that are waiting for this rebate, because yesterday's video we discussed how there's like this 3-month rule that they might possibly have, so that if you buy a Tesla today and then within 3 months the vehicle gets added to the list, you'll still be okay. But of course, this is subject to CVRP at the end of the day, so we don't know 100%. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is my email. I'm going to be showing the screenshot because I emailed them myself this time instead of using someone else's data or screenshot. So this is good. We'll take a look at it, and because this is actually what we got today. So quote, this is from arb.ca, or the comms communication office line of the company or the board that runs the CVRP rebates. If you don't know what this is, you can get anywhere from $1,000 to $4,500 if you're a low income buyer off as a rebate for after you buy the Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. The Model 3 and Model Y potentially may qualify because of the certain pricing, and so you have to file for this after you buy the car, and it can take anywhere, like I feel like it's taking me 90 to 120 days to get it back. But here's the email. Hello. Due to recent price reduction, Tesla Model 3 and Model Y can once again be eligible for the CRVP rebates. However, Tesla still needs to go through the formal application process to get the vehicle added to the eligibility list. So the key word here is still needs to go through the application process, because in my email to them when I got this response, I was very specific in asking, Tesla has applied, what's the time frame that potentially they might get approved? And so right here it says, once approved, the vehicles will be added to the eligibility list located on the CVRP website, yada yada. We cannot provide an exact date as to when the vehicles will be added to the list, but we expect the approval to happen in the coming weeks. So approval to happen in the coming weeks. That's the quote. Until these vehicles are added to the CVRP eligible list, consumers purchasing and taking deliveries of their 2023 Model 3 and Model Ys remain ineligible for the rebate. This means that vehicles purchased at the new lower price points must be delivered after they are added to the list to be eligible for the rebate. So this is a completely different thing than what they said yesterday, because now you have to wait until the vehicle is added. So be aware of that. Of course, we're talking $1,000, $2,000, which that's a lot when you're buying a Model 3 at $40,000 or a Model Y at $50,000. But it seems like there's going to be this really tight window that if they're approved in the next 3 weeks or the next 3 to 4 weeks, which is basically in late February, and then the tax credit might change on March 1st. So we're talking about the $7,500 tax credit that you have to take delivery by March 2023, but we don't even know if it's beginning of March 2023 or after 2023. So really, really tough. That's for sure. I certainly feel like there's really only going to be a certain amount of people that get lucky with this. That's for sure. That are going to be people that take delivery and that last week of February, March. But also at the same time, I do feel like they might release something that will, for everybody that can apply retroactively. But who knows at the end of the day? Maybe they'll close that window as well. I think they're just trying to save as much money as possible here, because yesterday we did read an email that said that there's a 3-month window. That's for sure. But I mean this could be another person on the team, and yesterday's person could be someone else. This is not like something that's posted to their website. And maybe they will make a formal post. I mean, at this point they shouldn't make a formal page on this, because I feel like they're getting a ton of emails on this every single day, not just from me, from people that send me screenshots, that send me emails at the end of the day, that's for sure. But hopefully this clears it up. I'll leave this on the screen as we go through some of the comments and some of the questions. But I understand this is a California only thing. And so, there's just an extra little bit of money for people buying in California for a Tesla vehicle or Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Nikki, Tesla rep, RECRP. We're waiting on the confirmation from the state of CA because this is a government program pending approval. We're not able to confirm your eligibility at the time. Yeah, I mean, looking at this, Keyline says happening in the coming weeks. And this was today, 9:35 a.m. So we'll expect something late February, maybe even the last week of February. That's for sure. But yeah, we're going to jump in some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, including actually getting access to my buying guide, which has links to all the links that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including financing rates as low as 3% to 4% on up to 60 to 80 months on your Tesla vehicle. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all DMs and direct messages in the Patreon app, so definitely check it out. Roll that intro. I missed that. Mawabi, welcome back. Sam, it's a B-Day gift for my wife. That's a nice gift. I love it. Get her into that Tesla ecosystem, electric vehicle. I mean, once you drive a Tesla, once you own a Tesla, it is hard to go back to a different car. That's for sure. I love it. Build quality is so much better, but still some minor flaws. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, Teslas, I tell everyone, all Teslas have build quality issues. All Teslas have paint issues. Do not be surprised that Tesla is not a luxury car. It's luxury pricing, but it is luxury technology with the intuitiveness and all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying, and so I'm sticking to that. That's for sure. Steven, keep up my paid off Honda Civic 50,000 miles or get a Tesla. Is anyone in this same situation? It's a pretty specific situation, but no, maybe not, because there's a lot of Civics out there. That's tough. I would say, I mean, my questions to you is, do you drive a lot? Are you spending $200-$300 a month in gas where you're at? I mean, Honda Civic is a great car that will last you at least another 5-6 years. Do you, are you going to be using your vehicle to monetize it, like with, Uber or Turo? Do you drive a lot on the highway? Do you frequently do 1-hour road trips on the highway or 2-hour commutes or something like that? Because those are the questions that I would ask to justify it. And if, a lot of those questions are like, I drive a lot, or really it's, do you drive a lot? Then that's how you can justify it. CVRP agent told me that the rebates, if accepted, won't be retroactive. I think they'll post a verdict end of February. Site says they'll update the list twice a year, February and June. Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that. That is good information, that's for sure. Once you go EV, you don't go back. 100% sure. Did Tesla increase production? Yes, thanks for joining in. We did that earlier in the video. Tesla Shanghai is going up to 20,000 units. And on top of that, the backlog for Tesla in the United States is also going up as well. According to Troy Teslike, avid Tesla Twitter and production estimator, delivery estimator, it was at 0 in the US on December 31st. And now we are up to almost 39,000 in January. So, production is going up, which this is good, right? This is good for everybody that's waiting. It's good for the market. And, maybe Tesla will do some more price cuts on the Model 3 standard range. When are you planning on buying another Tesla? I might have already done that. Yang, and videos coming soon. Yang, patent that quote. Which one? Luxury technology? Yeah, maybe I should just post it on Twitter right now. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that so that way I can cement it into the digital landscape. Let's see. Tesla is not a luxury car, but unfortunately, wait, no, maybe I should reword this. Unfortunately, I can't spell when I'm live. Unfortunately, Tesla is a luxury pricing, but it is not a but Tesla, thanks for joining me on this, is not a luxury car. Tesla is a luxury technology car. What do we think? That look good? I ordered a Model Y January 25th, but received delivery date today, March 13th through 31st. Yeah. Getting tough. You say you recently bought a Tesla. Will you post any videos regarding the recent purchase? Yes. I'm still filming portions of it. I still have to film like the actual, I filmed like picking it up and all that stuff, but I haven't filmed like, me talking about it, I guess. And of course, I'm going to go through like how much I paid for it, the payments, everything. Shout out to Labor Credit Union for hooking me up on that. All right. Well, thanks for watching this stream today, guys. Thanks for holding my hand and getting through all this. We will be back tomorrow, probably same time, 5 o'clock. And then our updated financing video with the slick giveaway will be also on Friday, probably 5 to 5:30. So definitely hit that subscribe if you want to be a part of that. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.